Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen. This is Intentional Living, and today we are doing my 2026 cash envelope setup video where I'm just going to walk you through all of the binders and the envelopes I'll be using to start off 2026. I have all Moterm planner binders here, which I love. I have 3 A5 and then I have 5 A6 personal sized, and that is what I'm going to be using this year. And some of them are similar and some of them are very different. So I thought it'd be fun. I've seen other people do this and just walk you through what my setup looks like for 2026. That way, if you're still setting up yours, maybe this will give you an idea or two. So I'm going to move some of these out of the way, and then I'm going to start, I think, with the least exciting ones, like the ones that have changed the least, and go from there. So we will start with this one just so I can get it out of the way because it is large. So this white or cream A5 binder is going to remain my business binder. That is what it has been since someone gifted it to me, one of y'all. So thank you so much for this. I've only made one change in this envelope or in this binder, and it's just that I condensed all of my products, shipping, office, and equipment into one, just general supplies, just because I am not making a ton of money from either side hustle right now, because shout out to the economy, so which is totally fine, but I just felt like I struggled to know where to like cash stuff everything, so now I can just stuff it all into this. So, and then everything else is the same and no changes have been made. So that binder is definitely the least exciting, followed by my bills binder. So if you are new here, this is how I do my bills, but I put all of my bills in our checking account or 2 credit cards, and at the end of the month, I like pay myself back for it. I have a buffer in my checking account that allows me to do this, so that is just how I do it. But we have our monthly bills, which are rent, utilities, which includes Wi-Fi, internet, water, trash, sewer, heat, oil. Is that it? Can't remember. So utilities. My phone bill, Colin's phone bill is covered through his work, so that is just for mine. The gym, so our gym memberships, really just mine because Colin goes to his work's gym, which is free. And then we added this one. This is the only new one. Colin, I am the CFO of our family, and so I kind of ran some numbers for him and thought that he should better utilize his Roth IRA. So I had him reduce his paycheck deductions for his 401k at work, and we're going to put more into his Roth just because this is the least he'll probably ever make in his life, so we want to maximize that investment. So we'll be stuffing for that every week now in 2026. Then behind this flyleaf are my some are monthly bills, but some also are annual. So insurance, I have a monthly bill that I put up here, and behind this tab I have money saved for our annual insurance. Mine comes out monthly, Colin's comes out like twice a year, so it's really like biannual or semi-annual. So yes, and the goal for the annual amount is 500, so we have 500 in there now. For subscriptions, it's the same thing, our monthly subscriptions, and then our annual subscriptions are back there. Our annual subscription goal is 250, so basically whenever I get below that, I just stuff this until it hits 250 again, and then I don't have to worry about it. So I just kind of keep that at 250 and keep insurance at 500, and we're good to go. For coaching, this is, I have a fitness nutrition coach, and so this is for, I pay her twice a year. That's what that is for. Registrations are for our car. So both of our cars' registrations come out in June, and it's about $550. So that's what that annual bill is. And then these are just for miscellaneous other annual bills. So anything that didn't fall into one of these categories, like my ring insurance, but that was accounted for in there. So other annual bills I can't think of right now. And then we have a bills buffer, which is just to have a buffer. For example, like my utility bill, they haven't charged me for water in 2 months, and it's because we had to like check back into their portal because they switched interfaces. And so I just take the money and put that in here. So when we do get charged, I can pull it out of this. So this is just for weird things like that, or stuff that comes up that we didn't plan for. And then this envelope is coming out. Actually, I should take it out now because I have my last personal training session on Tuesday. And this was just money I had saved up in the bank to pay her a tip, and it was $300. So I'm just going to give her a tip because I've been working with her for about 2 years now, and I've tipped her a little bit here and there, but nothing big. So I've saved up, and I'm going to give her one huge tip before we stop working together. So that's my bills binder. Nothing really new there. What do I want to do next? I think I'll do this one next. So for spending, I wanted to split our spending up into 2 binders. So these are 2 main spending binders. I'm going to start with the A5 one, which ideally this would be A6, but I don't have another Moterm A6 binder. So this is me and Colin's spending binder. So the first section is going to be envelopes for Colin, which I made that little custom bookmark for myself. And then the second section is going to be for me. So in Colin's section, we have clothes. I'm going to split up our clothes money. So it had 150, so we each now have 75. And I'm going to try to save $500 for both of us by the time we go do our normal annual shopping trip, which is usually in the summer, but we can also use it just anytime we want. So that's clothes. And then haircuts for him. He gets haircuts once a month, so it's helpful to just save for that separately, I think. And then his spending, so if you are not new here, the C spending, that's what this money is here. So that's just his spending money. And then woodworking is a hobby of his, so I put that in here also, just because that is not money I will ever spend. It's all things that he will spend. And then I put Kristen's birthday because he will save for my birthday. I'll save for his birthday. So I put that in our spending just because I kind of want it to be if he wants to take money in his spending and put it into my birthday, he can, and same for me. Just so that way, if someone goes over budget, they can pull from their own categories to cover it, since that's kind of on the other person to determine how much they're going to spend. So that's that. For my spending, I also have clothes, like I said, which is $75 in it. I restarted a tracker. Oh, I do need to fill it out though. So each of these is $10, and I'm trying to save $500. There's that. And then I also get haircuts, but I only get them 3 or 4 times a year. So this is a very different amount that I need to save. So again, I think having that separate will be good. Self-care, that was kind of the envelope just for me, because that was kind of for if I get a wax or if I get my nails done or if I get beauty products or whatever. And he just honestly, if he needs something, it can kind of roll into our household or a grocery bill, because he rarely, he gets deodorant and toothpaste, nothing extra. So I just decided that could be my version of woodworking, because that's my hobby, I suppose. And then my spending money, which is empty, but that will be in here. And then Colin's birthday. So same deal. I will have an envelope to kind of be in charge of for his birthday. So that is our spending binder. Kind of strange that it's in an A5, but it's all I had, so I will use it. And then my other spending envelopes are still in the black binder. So I kind of readjusted what is where, but in here we have dates. So not just date night, just any dates that we have. We're trying really hard to do one a month. This month we are going to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, the stage show. So we already paid for those tickets, but I will stuff a little bit of money because we might, go to dinner or something before. Drinks is same as it used to be, coffees and alcohol out and about. Eating out is just eating out and about. Electronics, I moved that here just because that kind of is spending, kind of is savings, and I didn't know where to put it, so I put it here. So I might end up moving it, but for now, I'm just going to put it there. Fun envelope, so a fun entertainment kind of envelope. That's just for anything not datey. So let's say we go to a hockey game, that would come out of fun. Or if we go to a movie on a date, that would come out of dates. But if we go to an amusement park with some friends, that might come out of here. So that's the difference between those. And then gas, this is just our weekly gas money. I don't have a weekly binder anymore. I'm just splitting it up this way. And then our groceries envelope is in here as well. And then a buffer for spending. I hope this will work well for me. that's it for spending. This one I'll do next just because it also hasn't changed a lot. This is still going to be my savings challenge binder. So nothing has changed much. We still are going to do our seasonal activities, our savings by numbers little challenge, our savings by stickers challenge, and bingo. But then I also want to start this big savings by numbers challenge, and I made a envelope for it. So this is, I wonder if you can see it better. There's something white in it. There we go. So it's got the colored pencils because for these ones you use a little pack of colored pencils. I thought that was cute. So I have that to stuff that in. And then I have the word search savings challenge, and I made this super cute. I'm obsessed with this word search savings challenge envelope. So it's like as if you were doing a word search and you found word search savings challenge. So love that. So I'm thinking about adding this to the listing, but in the meantime, if it's not in the description saying it comes with one of these, but you want one, just go to A6 envelopes and then do a custom design and tell me that you want one of these, and I will send them if you bought one of these challenges. And then behind this flyleaf, I have all the other challenges that I'm going to do. These are all mine from a 12-pack that I sell. So I will get to these eventually, but just not right now. And I think for 2026, anything that I save in here will probably go towards future house, except for the seasonal activities that will be used for seasonal activities. But that's what I'm thinking I'll use all this money for, because then I can stuff it more frequently, because I will be saving a lot of money each week for the house. So that is my savings challenge binder. What do I want to do next? Let's do the pink one. So this is my celebrations binder. So I decided to kind of merge all the different celebrations that we have into one binder. And so anniversary is for me and Colin's anniversary. Now that we have a wedding anniversary, our first one is in June. So I'll start saving for that. We might do like a weekend trip or something, or gifts, whatever that is will come from here. So that's a celebration. And then my birthdays envelope, I have the first half of the year's birthdays here. We don't have any January, funny enough, but we've got February, we've got a bunch of March birthdays, and then we'll save for our work friends and miscellaneous birthdays that maybe they're not the people that we know we're buying gifts for, but maybe we get invited to a birthday party and we want to bring them a bottle of wine. So I think I'm going to stuff these early, and just whenever I use it, like replenish it. I think that's how I'm going to do that. And then the second half of the year's birthdays are tucked back here, just so that when I'm ready, I'll put them in. So it's my birthdays, pretty much the same as previous years, just in this binder now. It's gonna bother me. Here we go. So these are my tabs. If you wanted something like this, you can buy them now separately. So you buy the envelopes. This is the insert design because it's a literal insert. And then the tabs you can purchase separately with the tab divider listing. And then gifts. This is for non-birthday, non-anniversary, non-holiday gifts. So baby showers, weddings, wedding showers. Just because you feel like being a good person, you want to send someone $10 to get a coffee, that kind of thing, all comes out of here. So that's that. And then behind here are all the holidays. So because those are also celebrations. So we've got our Valentine's Day, our Mother's Day, our Father's Day, which are the 3 we're working on right now. And then we also are going to have Christmas in here. I do have the other holidays in a different binder. I might end up putting them in here just so they're all together. Let's do that. If it gets too thick, I'll take it back out. So after Father's Day is 4th of July. This is also all available in a holiday bundle. If you would like to get it, it's in my Etsy shop, which is always linked down below. Everything you see is mine that I use. Thanksgiving, Black Friday, which honestly, I don't know that we need that for this year, but we'll see. And then New Year's Eve, which that will come after Christmas. So I'll put Christmas and then New Year's Eve. So I don't do Christmas in the holiday bundle just because most people want to save for Christmas separately. So what I'm doing this year is using this custom tracker. So if you want a savings tracker, like these are the holiday ones. There's like the one in clothes that just has the circles. That's like a blank generic one. I have some for Christmas with trees that you can fill in, for cars, for pets, all of that. But this, if you wanted to go to the custom tracker option on my Etsy shop and ask for something like this, I could definitely make it for you. But this is how I'm going to be tracking my progress. So the goal for Christmas next year is going to be $2,600, which I did the math is $50 every week for 52 weeks. So that is going to be the plan. I think I'm going to speed it up by stuffing it sometimes with YouTube paychecks so I can be done in November saving for all of this. But the things I'm going to save for are me and Colin, in case we do gifts again, we'll each have $200 to spend. Our parents, $100 per parent. Our siblings, $100 per sibling. Colin has more siblings, but we do Secret Santa, so it's just $100 for each of us. My niece, $100. Miscellaneous friends and family, like buying a candle for someone or whatever, just all the little odds and ends, $300, which is what I didn't do a good job of budgeting for this year. That's what got me in trouble. Tree and decor, $200. Wrapping supplies, $100. Our Christmas cards and stamps to mail them, $150. Miscellaneous gifts, because again, I didn't do a good job of stuffing that. So not friends and family, but just other people, like my hairdresser. I like got her a candle and I didn't budget for that. And then holiday spirit is like parties or get-togethers or going to see Santa or whatever. That's $200. And then travel's $100 because we are staying in state this year, or in 2026. So I guess this year for Christmas. So travel won't cost much. And then a buffer of $100. So as I say, I like get to $400, I will color in that Christmas tree to know that that is saved for, if that makes sense. So that's how I'm doing Christmas this year. We'll see how I like it, not being in big blue, because it's pretty much always been in big blue since I've had an A5 binder. So that's my celebrations binder. I'm really excited about this, to have it all in one place. I think that'll be nice. Okay, next up is baby blue. And this is going to be like short-term savings, really. Oh no, it's not. I meant to make a new one of these. This is going to be my home binder. So let me just take that right out. This is going to be my home binder. So first things first is saving for our first home. So this is one of those savings trackers I was talking about. I am currently trying to save $50,000. Really, we want to save 60, but this makes the math better. So we want to get to 30,000 this year. So we get to somewhere around here in the coloring. So yeah, that's kicking off the home binder, obviously to buy a home. I also want to save for furniture, because when we buy a new home, we're going to need new furniture, which again, we're not planning to buy a house this year at all, but it'd be nice to save a little by little until we get a house. So that's what furniture is for. And we just bought a chair for our current place. So like stuff like that comes up. Home decor is next. I've really wanted to just make the house a bit more cozy now that we know we're not leaving this year. So maybe getting a few new paintings or pillows or candles or whatever. So home decor is going to be a new envelope. And then household items is going to be the household envelope from before. So if we need paper towels, if we need toilet paper, if we need air filters, all of that will come out of here. Improvements is making any improvements. So if we want to paint a room, we're renting, so we're not going to do crazy improvements, but we do, like, if the like shower head breaks, we like buy a new shower head. We don't have to, but we just choose to so that we can pick the one we want. We have painted a room or two and they're fine with that. So anything like that that we might want to do will come out of here. And then whatever's we don't use will go towards our first home. And then the yard. This is our yard envelope from before. It's just got a little wheelbarrow, which I think is cute. And so that will be used for the home's yard. And then finally, we do also have a home buffer envelope because I thought that would be helpful. So that's here. And then behind this flyleaf are two things that will become part of, I think, like a home family binder type deal. So behind the flyleaf is going to be future baby, because I think eventually this could be a home baby binder situation. So future baby is here with a tracker that is from my shop. And then future pet, because we don't have either a baby nor a pet right now. But when we do, these will need to turn into more envelopes. Like once we have a pet, we'll need like prescriptions and vet bills and spending and food and all that. So, and same with baby, like there'll be lots of other things that we need. So these are condensed now, but once one of these is a reality, we'll make more envelopes. And that potentially could share this binder with the home envelopes. So, but for now, future baby, future pet feel homey. So that's why I put them in here. And these are all kind of savings goals. Not all, some are spending, but I hope that makes sense. I think it makes sense. This is my home binder. That's all. I'm not going to over explain it. I am silly. Okay. And then my last binder, we have my big blue binder, A5 blue. And this is longer term savings goals in here. Oops. So first up, we have the cars envelope. Nothing has changed in here. We are saving for a new car because both of our cars are about to crap out, which is upsetting. Deductible, ideally we would have $500 in here for the deductible at all times. Maintenance and repairs, the goal is to have $3,000 in here at all times. We have $1,000 right now, and then our emergency fund has $1,000. So that's that for cars. And then in here's our emergency fund. In my last video, I talked about how I would like to start growing this. So I wanted to set it up in a way that made it easy to do that. So this is the emergency fund. I love the little like alert. These are my icon designs in my Etsy shop. So there's two sets of envelopes in here. First is like, how many months ahead are we? So I did all the calculations, and for me to feel like we're 1 month ahead, it's $4,000, like to pay for 1 month of living expenses. So I had $10,000 in here. So I put $4,000 in first month, so we're 1 month ahead. And then I put $4,000 in second month ahead. So now we're 2 months ahead. And then I didn't have another $4,000. I think I had another another $2,000 because we had $10,000 in here. So we're not quite at third month ahead. And then obviously we're definitely not at fourth month ahead because eventually we want to be 6 months ahead. But for now, we're just going to go for third, and then we'll go for fourth. And then when I need to, I'll add more envelopes. So the goal is to get $4,000 more dollars. So these will kind of sit in the back as just like, as we get to those goals, we'll fill them. And then for our day-to-day stuffing of this, we have all of our things that qualify as being 1 month ahead. So rent, I'm using my removable goal stickers to show the goal of how much I want to hit in each. So rent, since I had $2,000 left over, I put this one as fully funded because that is our biggest bill to be 1 month ahead on. And then utilities needs $360 and there's $325 in there now. So once we get to $360, we'll put a fully funded slip in and take this money all to the bank. Phone is $80 a month. The gym, I put $100. It's kind of variable, so I just put $100. Insurance for monthly and for annual, like how much we need to save away for annual, it's about $200 a month. Subscriptions is about $100 a month. Same thing with monthly and annual. Coaching, obviously in a crisis, I would skip this, right? But I'm like a $200 buffer would be good to have. So in the event that one of us lost our jobs, I would stop paying for this. Does that make sense? But I wanted to make it truly like, how much do we spend in a month? I wanted this to make sense. So $200 for coaching. But again, clearly I would drop this if I needed to. Registrations is $55 a month. Annuals is $20. Buffer is $10. And then I added gas for $200 and groceries for $1,000. And all of that adds up to $4,000 if I did my math right. So this is what I'll stuff. And when all of these are full, we'll take it all out and we'll put that the third month ahead is fully funded. And then we'll start working on the fourth month with these envelopes again, if that makes sense. Okay, that's that. I'm done over explaining. But that's the emergency fund. This was to try and motivate me to work on it. Medical, it has $800 in it. Before it was like fully funded at $1,000, but knowing that down the road we'll have a baby and things, like the more the merrier in this envelope, I feel like. So I put it in here just to remind myself that like we can add more, like we can go beyond 1,000. 1,000's my like, let's not dip below that. So when we do, I immediately try to get back up to 1,000. So I think I just want to push further and just have more in here as a placeholder. And then last is vacation, which is the same envelope as before, but I do have a different like system that I'm using. We have 2 upcoming vacations or trips. The first one is just me. I'm going to Texas in March to visit one of my best friends who's having a baby late in January. So this is how much I'm hoping to save. I don't think I'm gonna need this much. The flight's already been paid for, so that's why I colored that in, because I've already saved and spent that. I know I'm gonna pay $180 for a rental car because me and my friends that are going already split it. I think I'll spend $100 on a gift for the baby. But food and drink, honestly, I think we're probably going to stay in a lot because there'll be a newborn and things. So we will likely I will likely not spend that much. So if I don't save it all, then I'll be short there. Activities and then spending. So spending is higher than I would normally do because I'm going to Waco, and Magnolia has my favorite fall candle of all time. So I plan to buy like 3 or 4 of them. So that's why spending is so high. So yeah, the goal is to spend $1,200 or to save $1,200. And if we can't save it all, I'll pull from food and drinks and activities because these will likely be lower. But I like to plan worst case scenario usually so that I don't go over budget. So that's my first trip. And then Colin and I are both going to Hilton Head for a wedding in May. And so we need to save for that. I tried to print beach balls and the little lines didn't show up. So I drew these. Now they look like mind flares from Stranger Things, but it's fine, or spiders. But yeah, I think I ruined it. I should have just left them as circles. It's fine. So yeah, this is what I have budgeted out for that trip. So our lodging, we're looking at places that are with friends that are about $350 a person for the weekend. And so there's me and Colin to account for, so $700 there. Food and drinks, we're only there about 3 days. So I put $600. That should be plenty. Probably, I always say it'll probably be less. It's never less. So we'll probably spend that. $100 for a wedding gift. $200 just in case him or I if he needs new dress shoes, or I need a new dress to wear to the wedding or whatever, if they have a dress code, because we haven't gotten the invitation. I just wanted to have some money for that because that always gets me with weddings that I forget to budget for. And then we'll be in Hilton Head, so we'll probably do an activity or 2, and then we'll probably want to get a Christmas ornament or something. So I have spending. So the goal is to save $2,000 for that. And we are within driving distance of Hilton Head, so gas and that will just come out of our normal weekly spending, just because it won't be that much more than our normal, and I think it can absorb it. So that is a look at my 2026 setup and what I will likely be using for at least the first half of the year. Maybe I'll mix it up in the summer, but that is what I'm thinking. I'm also going to maybe not be using my iPad, so we'll see. I'm still working on a spreadsheet that I would like to use, which I might use my iPad to show you the spreadsheet, but I'm thinking about not using a digital planner at all. So let me know what you think about that, because I am actively making that decision today and tomorrow because I have to film a stuffing because I was supposed to film it yesterday. Oh no, I'm supposed to film it Monday. My new stuffings, I'm going to stuff them all together and they're going to be filmed on Monday. I'm going to try and edit them on Wednesday or film them on Monday or Tuesday, edit them on Wednesday, and post them on Thursday. So I'm committing to try to be consistent in 2026 and give you a video every Thursday. That is what I'm putting out there. I'm going to do it at least for the foreseeable future because I have made a plan and I want to commit to it. And I've been so inconsistent for you guys, and I really want to be better about consistency because I know it's annoying when I post things and they're a month out of date. So the goal is a new video every Thursday. I'm putting it out there. So that's the goal. I'm very excited for the new year. Thank you so much for being here. I love y'all a lot, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in my next one.